What if I told you you could purchase a home with no down payment?
We're not talking about borrowing from your parents or raiding your RSP program. We're actually talking about a government program that's going to give you up to $25,000 interest-free.
It's real. It exists right now in London, Middlesex County and St. Thomas, Elgin County. And we're going to spend just a couple minutes today and just break this down for you a little bit, because this is a moment in the real estate market that you have been waiting for.
So let's start with what's in London. London has the program called the Home Ownership Down Payment Assistance Program. Short version is, if you are a renter in London or Middlesex County and you meet the certain income requirements, the city will give you a loan for up to 5% of your home's purchase price, up to $25,000.
And here's the part that's insane. It is completely interest-free. You don't have to pay on it monthly. And if you stay in the home for 20 years, it's actually a fully forgivable loan. You'll never have to pay it back.
So who qualifies? Well, you have to be at least 18. You have to be currently renting in London or Middlesex County, and you can't currently own any property. But here's the interesting part. If you've owned a home but are now currently renting, you can still apply.
So there are some eligibility requirements that are necessary, but realistically the home has to actually be under $500,000. That's the biggest part.
And the home can be anything. It could be a detached home, a semi-detached, a townhouse, a condo, new, resale. You've got lots of flexibility in what you're shopping for.
And this program is first come, first serve. So the funding, it will run out eventually. There is no deadline, but once it's out, it's out. So if you're thinking about maybe this is something I should look into, you need to start now.
Now let's talk about St. Thomas and the Elgin County, because they also have their own version of this program through the St. Thomas Elgin Social Services called the Affordable Home Ownership Program. And what it's doing too is helping moderately income renters get into home ownership.
And you know, honestly, St. Thomas actually might be a little bit more exciting because there's so much value there in St. Thomas. But we'll get to that in a second.
So the question is we get all the time, should I wait? Should I see what happens with rates, or should I save a little bit more?
And the answer, respectfully, what are you waiting for?
Gwen Stefani. Here's the thing. Right now, there are actually a good number of homes that are available that are under the $500,000. And that is the exact cap for these programs.
So the program is in place and there are properties to look at. This is a time when these two things in real estate history actually align. So you want to get in before this window closes.
The funding also doesn't last forever. So once the city's money is gone, that's it. So the buyers who get access to it now are going to have something that future buyers are not going to get.
So honestly, you're not going to perfectly time the market at any time, but right now, houses are available, interest rates are reasonable, and someone is literally offering to pay your down payment.
The other thing we say all the time is that every month you're paying off someone else's mortgage. You're building up their equity. But by paying your own mortgage, you are building up your own equity that is something that is yours.
So maybe let's run through an example that helps you to understand how these numbers are real.
Okay, so say you found a home for $450,000 and the program gives you $22,500. That's the 5%, that's zero interest.
So you're responsible for actually any closing costs. That would be legal fees, home inspections, moving costs, these types of things. So you do need to have a little bit of money set aside for that.
So your out-of-pocket costs on closing day could be about $3,000 to $5,000 first and last month. And then your mortgage payment on a $450,000 purchase at today's rates is probably very comparable to what you're paying for rent right now.
But the biggest difference is instead of throwing your money away every month, you're building equity.
And now, 20 years later, that loan from the city, forgiven. You've never paid a single dollar of interest on it.
Now that's generational wealth, friends. That's your future.
So look, we know the market can be very discouraging, but homeownership is not out of reach. That's why we wanted to make this video, because right now, 2026, there are programs in place to help renters get into homeownership.
And I feel like I've said this before, but the inventory is there. The programs are funded and in place. The time is now. Don't let that window close. If you want to have a quick conversation, reach out to us.
Now, you can just drop us a comment below. You can DM us, call us, email us with any questions you may have. We're here to help you.
And we've included the links to these programs in the description below. Do your homework, check the eligibility, read it over, and let's go get your home.
We'll talk soon.
Talk soon.